For a lot of local service businesses, Google Ads can feel like a total money pit. You pour your hard-earned cash in month after month, but the results, they just don't seem to add up. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the number one reason this happens. And here's a hint. The fix has nothing to do with spending more money.
So, does this sound familiar? You look at your Google Ads report, and yeah, you're getting plenty of clicks, but the phone, it just isn't ringing with new jobs. It is one of the most frustrating problems out there. And it's tough, right? Because you know people are searching for what you do, but somehow your ads just aren't connecting with the folks who are actually ready to hire you.
Now, when things aren't working, what's the first thing we usually blame? It's almost always the budget. We think, if I just threw a little more money at it, I'd get better leads, or my competition is just outspending me. I mean, it seems logical, doesn't it? More money in should equal more business out? But in reality, that's rarely how it works.
And here is the thing you absolutely have to understand. Think of your budget like a megaphone. If what you're saying is clear and on point, that megaphone helps you shout it to all the right people. But if your message is just a jumbled mess, well, the megaphone just makes the chaos louder. Pouring more money into a badly organized campaign, it doesn't fix a thing. It just helps you waste money faster.
See, the real problem here isn't about how much you spend. It's all about your campaign structure. And the best way to picture your Google Ads account is to think of it like a digital filing cabinet for your business. Its only job is to neatly organize all your different services so that when a customer has a very specific need, you can pull out the perfect file in an instant. But what happens when that filing cabinet is a total disaster?
Okay, so this really breaks it down. Over on the left, you've got that messy system we're talking about. All your services, roof repair, gutter cleaning, you name it, are just chucked into one big drawer. This forces you to run these super generic ads for everybody, which ends up attracting people who are just kind of browsing. But on the right, you see the organized system. It's completely different. Each service gets its own dedicated drawer, which lets you run hyper-specific ads that perfectly match what a customer who's ready to buy is looking for. So let's get down to it. How exactly does a messy structure burn through your cash? Because it's not just about things feeling a little disorganized. This actively costs you money and jobs. Think about it from Google's point of view for a second. Its whole job is to find the perfect answer for what someone is searching for. Now, if all of your services are jumbled up in one big campaign, Google is basically forced to guess. Someone might be searching for emergency leak repair, but because everything's a mess, Google might show them your generic ad for quality roofing services. The intent is completely off. It's a total mismatch. And that mismatch starts a domino effect. First, you start paying for clicks from people who were never going to hire you anyway. Someone looking for DIY tips clicks your ad, costs you money, and then immediately leaves. This tells Google your ad isn't very relevant, and bam, your quality score takes a hit. So to make up for it, Google starts charging you more money for every single click. And all the while, your phone stays quiet because you're not reaching the people who actually need you right now. All right, enough about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. What does a good structure, one that actually makes you money, really look like? Well, it all comes down to creating this perfect alignment between the search and your solution. This is that filing cabinet analogy in action, and it makes so much sense when you see it laid out like this. So at the very top, you've got the campaign. Think of this as the main drawer, right? We'll label it roofing services. Then, inside that drawer, you have different ad groups, which are like folders for each specific service. So we have one for emergency roof repair. And inside that folder is the ad and the keyword, the actual file. This makes sure that when someone is frantically typing emergency roofer near me, they see your super relevant ad for 24/7 roof repair. And that is the magic right there. The search, the ad, your service, they're all perfectly aligned. You're no longer just some roofer. You are the exact solution to their immediate problem. And that's how you get a click from someone who's not just kicking tires. They're ready to pick up the phone and get you on the job. So what's the bottom line for your business? Well, when you stop chasing any click and start focusing on getting the right clicks, the whole financial picture of your advertising just flips. And the impact? It can be absolutely huge. We're talking about a number like this. And listen, this isn't just some made-up number. This is what's possible when you nail the structure. So what does that number actually mean? It means for every real lead, every person who calls you, every job you book, you could be paying up to 35% less. I mean, just imagine what that does for your bottom line. It means your marketing dollars are suddenly working way harder, bringing in more work without you having to raise your budget by a single penny. It is the definition of working smarter, not harder. So here's the big takeaway I want you to remember. A good campaign structure, it's not just some technical thing for marketing nerds. It's a fundamental business strategy. It makes sure your ad spend is laser focused on people at the very moment they're ready to pull out their wallet. You stop paying for casual browsers and start investing in people who are ready to hire you.
Hey, if this breakdown was helpful for you, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're putting out more practical, no-fluff insights all the time, designed to help you actually grow your service business. And just remember, the whole point of this is to stop wasting money on frustrating clicks and start getting what actually matters, real phone calls and real book jobs. That's what we're all about at Proper Marketers, and I really hope this explainer helps you get there. Thanks for watching.